Our focus for this clearing is on waiting. This is inspired by a good friend of mine, Michelle, who has been a big supporter of mine and has, I hope, seen a lot of benefits from this work. And she and I have talked a bit about this waiting thing, waiting for that person to text, waiting to move on to someone else because you're afraid of loss. You're afraid of abandonment. You're afraid of rejection. Waiting to make big moves in your life because you don't feel confident in yourself. Waiting for something to happen to you instead of feeling like you have the power and the authority to make your own choices, to create your own life. So this is for all of us who are stuck in the energy of waiting, who are sick of waiting. This is for you. So we're going to start by hopefully closing our eyes and finding ourselves in a nice, quiet, calm, and peaceful space. If that isn't your reality, that's okay. You can listen to this right now, take notes, be engaged, have your kids around, have your dog around, and then maybe later come back to it when you'll be able to just listen and absorb that. The reprogramming, I think especially, is done best when we are listening, when we are hearing it, when we're affirming it with our own words, when you're able to repeat after me on the releasing statements and the affirmations. I think it works best that way. But again, you do what you can do. In any moment, you can do it. And for right now, wherever you are welcome. If you happen to be somebody who can soften into this moment, then let's go. Let's soften into this present moment. We're not worried about the past or thinking about the future. Our only concern is the right here and the right now. We're softening our body, noticing our breath, the wave of in and the wave of out. Feeling a sense of gratitude that it does this all on its own without us having to fight or try or be challenged. There are so many of these automatic processes in these very wise, intelligent bodies of ours that would appreciate appreciation. That's what I'm going to say. They would appreciate it if you would take a moment right now and say, thank you, body. I love you, body. We spend a lot of time every day, consciously or subconsciously, criticizing ourselves, how we look, how we perform, how we behave. We spend a lot of time in the energy of low self-esteem, in the energy of judgment. And those energies are not welcome here. And so you can say, I release myself from all judgment and criticism now. Embracing and welcoming all that I am. And I like to imagine my third eye as my interpreter, and my crown is the receiver. And I'm going to be receiving information and then interpreting it through that third eye, and then sharing it with you all. And if you want to feel all of your upper chakras engaged as well, I encourage you to do that, making note of what you feel, any openness you feel in your own crown, to receive information that might come to you during this session. Information that I don't say, but that you feel and that comes to you. Feeling your own third eye light up. Feeling an openness in your own throat chakra in case there's something you feel you need to say or express. You can do it in the comments. Again, you can write it down. Rosie is expressing herself right now. She's probably going to be doing that a lot. All right, so let's get started. So Spirit, what % have we been in the energy of waiting? What percent has this collective, again, this is for this collective, maybe you don't resonate with this, if so, you can move on by. What percent is this collective resonating with this energy of waiting for things to happen, waiting for that person to text me back, waiting for my big break, waiting for something to happen to me, feeling stuck and frozen in my own creation? So that's 75%. And what percent is this benefiting us, this waiting around? What percent is it benefiting us? 100%. What's the benefit? Because sometimes there are things that are benefiting us. We think it's benefiting us, and so we lean into it. We're like, but see, my life happens to me, not through me. And then we find out that that benefit that we thought was actually a positive benefit was actually a negative motivator, right? And so instead of being a positive reinforcer, it's actually a negative reinforcer. And so that's how you can have that word benefit actually have multiple meanings. And so this is keeping us looping. This is keeping us replicating old patterns. This is keeping us stuck. And for us, that's actually very comfortable. So the benefit is I'm very comfortable because I get to just repeat all my same old stories. Nothing ever happens to me. He never texts me back. I never get what I want. And I just get to repeat this story. And you know what? I get attention. I get people feeling sorry for me. I get to point the finger everywhere else, and I don't have to use my own life force to change my life and change my experience. I just get to relive the same comfortable habit and pattern. So that's the benefit. The benefit is I get to be comfortable. And so what percent is this a positive benefit for this collective? Not at all. And what percent is this a negative reinforcer for this collective? 100%. I let go of my desire, my need to be constantly comfortable. I'm open to getting comfortable with discomfort. I am done demanding comfort and ease all the time. I'm willing to be uncomfortable in order to maintain my self-respect. Let that go with an exhale. Feel those words melting into the core of who you are, melting into the lowest layer of your awareness. I like to imagine them sinking like a stone down to my feet, and now I walk. Every step I take, I am those words. I am willing to be uncomfortable. All right, Spirit. Has this cleared? Has this looping and this patterning and this desire to be comfortable all the time cleared? Yes. What else can we do here for this collective? What else can we explore? What else can we release as it relates to this need to wait? This again, it could be subconscious, so it's a spiritual virus. Is this, Spirit, is this in present life, past life, future life? So this is present life, spiritual virus. Spiritual viruses are of spirit, they're of the spiritual realm, they're etheric. It's not like your physical body has this virus, but this waiting is a spiritual virus, and it can be passed to you from someone else, and then you unfortunately can pass it to others as well. You can pass this virus off to your children. You can pass this waiting energy off to your friends, to your family, to your kids. You can inspire others and influence others to just wait around. Who in your life has modeled the energy of waiting? And can you disconnect yourself from that model? Can you see that for what it is? See that for the looping in comfort that it is. Stop letting that person be your inspiration. Stop letting that spiritual contagion have its way with you. And we're calling in all of the highest level of energy, the highest level of thought, the highest level of divine love and light to come in and cleanse us of this spiritual virus now. I am cleaned and cleared of this virus now. I'm imagining the energy of like ivermectin, right? Like those antivirals. I know that's sort of an anti-parasitic, right? But that same vibe of like, you know, taking that antiviral medicine that you would for your body, only we're applying those principles and those, the energies of it, the frequencies of those antiviral medications to our spiritual body, and asking for spirit to do that and telling our conscious awareness, like, that's what I want. Our minds are so powerful. Words are so powerful. I want to cleanse myself of the spiritual virus of waiting. Say those words, mean those words, believe those words. So is this, we're getting multiple levels of soul programs and miasms. This is something my teacher has had me add to the charts. If you look at all my notes, this is stuff that either I've added or my teacher has had me add. That's why it's really important to get this training from a professional. In my mind, I just asked ancestry or archetypes. So this is coming from our ancestry. So if you're wondering where you got this spiritual virus from, it can come through our ancestry, through our DNA, through our cells, through our genetic programming, and through our culture of our ancestry. There is someone somewhere in your family line, probably in every generation, who had this virus of waiting. Maybe everyone did. Maybe everyone has been afraid to act. Maybe everyone has been afraid that if they tell that person, I'm done waiting for you, I'm done waiting for you to text me back, I'm done waiting for you to love me the way that I love. Maybe many people in your family have been afraid of that, and they have settled for less. I want you to say with me right now, I'm done settling for less. I'm done settling for less. I'm done waiting for you to love me. I'm done waiting to get paid what I deserve. I'm done waiting for success to find me. I'm done waiting for what I want. My forward motion is free and easy. The only ones we're waiting for is Grandma as she's slowly getting out of the car. All right, folks, those are the only people we are waiting for. Is the sick, the disabled, the elderly, if they need our help, if they need our support, if they need our time. Otherwise, we're moving on. So we've got an unwillingness to learn happening here. Where on chart 3 are we stuck at this unwillingness to learn? Where are we stuck at unwillingness to learn? Low, low, low. This is like when we first dropped into a human body. This is like how low that's at. It's like our first incarnation low. That's how low this drags you down. If you want to be up here and like the understanding of all that is and oneness and divine love and your connection to life and the fact that you are lovable no matter what he says, she says, they do. If you want to be there, you can't be down here. And down here is the fear and the lack and not believing in yourself. Down here is the low self-esteem. So what do we got to do, Spirit, to get us from down there up into those higher realms where we understand just how we're too good for this? You know, we all are too good for this. And I mean, everyone is too good for this. Well, we're back to unwillingness to learn. Again, look at the feedback loops that are happening here. And you'll see this so often in SRT. The thing is banging off the thing, is bouncing off the other thing, is bouncing back off the other thing. And it's just, you know, we're just doing this to ourselves. So we're just clearing the unwillingness to learn. Spirit, clear it. And that's part of what this is telling me as well. Just Spirit, clear it. I'm willing to learn. I believe I can act a different way. I believe I am capable of being done with waiting. I believe I can move on with my life without getting anybody's permission. I can learn new ways of being. Spirit, have we cleared this unwillingness to learn? Yeah, now what percent are we operating at unwillingness to learn? 0%, beautiful. What else can we do here, Spirit? What do we got going on that's keeping us still waiting? And I'll check some numbers here soon. Did I even check any numbers at the beginning? I think I did. We were like 75% of us just hanging out in that energy of waiting. So we're going to attune our soul to spirit, because right now we're blocked from the council within 2000 levels. This is on our chart, that chart I was just showing you. We're down here at our like first incarnation. This is like up here. So it's good. We've climbed up. We're no longer not even willing to learn down here at the like base human level. We're kind of up here now on that chart, but we're blocked there. We're blocked from elevating to the next place, to the next level. And we're just going to say, attune my soul to spirit now. Get me out of this human fear. Release me from these silly human anxieties. Elevate me now to the level of spirit. Elevate me now to the level of divine love. Elevate me now so I can see my worth clearly. Drawing in a breath if you're ready and it feels good to you. And with that exhale, we're letting go of anything that is blocking us from being our most elevated, wise selves. Tuned into spirit, our souls off the radio station of my base human fears and onto the channel of spirit, of the magic. When I say spirit, I mean the magic and the mystery and the divinity of all that you are a part of. Your birth is a miracle. Your existence is a miracle. There will never, ever be anyone exactly like you. And there never has been. I don't understand how more people don't understand how miraculous their existence is. We're so humdrum, we're so heavy, which is interesting because in our spiritual healing book, before I did this clearing, if you didn't see it, go to my shorts. Spirit had me do lifted spirits to get us ready for this clearing. Spirit said, let's look at lifted spirits. How perfect, and I didn't even know it at the time. Spirit, lift my spirit now. Spirit lifting spirit. Is this miscellaneous blocks 10A or receptor sites? 10A. What's going on at chart 10A? Chart 10A. Polarity beliefs. I want you to say with me right now, all things are equal. I am equal. His new girlfriend is not better than me. That guy's job is not better than mine. I'm not going to be alone forever if I demand what I want. I am equal. Because all things are equal. We have this belief that we are separate, that there is good and bad, that there is some moral hierarchy, or there is somebody who is worth more than we are. And so we have to perform and try to be perfect and wait. And if he doesn't text me back, I'm just going to wait until tomorrow and I won't say anything and I won't act upset and I'll just put up with it because maybe he'll pick someone else. Maybe she'll pick someone else. Maybe they'll pick someone else. All things are equal. Spirit is the great equalizer. Spirit is the great equalizer, and we are all filled with spirit. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you look like. I heard something the other day about Nietzsche making this comparison to like, oh, you're a saint if you kill a cockroach, but if you kill a butterfly, you're evil. Who decides what is good and bad? Who decides what is worthy of life and what isn't? If it is filled with the Spirit, it is filled with the Spirit. And it's not like you can't kill a cockroach, and I'm not saying you can't kill a cockroach and you can choose to kill a butterfly, but I think the point is the judgment behind it and the morality behind it. And when you are not demanding what you want, when you are not going after what you want because you think you are undeserving, there's some moral game here you're playing. As if someone or something is better than you, as if someone or something is more worthy. And so we're done with that. We're done with that. We've got it. We've learned. We won the trophy. We're fine. Releasing paralyzed will now in all depths, in all layers, in all directions, top to bottom, left to right, up and down. Taking our electric paddles and putting them on our will and zapping it out of the apathy and the depression and the low spirit that has kept us from moving forward, that has kept us from saying, screw you, I'm not waiting on your text anymore. Or screw you, if you don't want to hire me, I'm just going to keep applying for other jobs until I get the job that I want or that is good for me. You can't tell me no, you can't get me down, I'm not waiting around forever. Say with me right now, my will is no longer paralyzed. Breathe that in. Again, allowing it to sink to the bottom of who you are, and with every step you take, my will is not paralyzed. As you put on your sneakers to go to the gym because you're no longer waiting to get healthy, you can say, my will is no longer paralyzed. You can write that in Sharpie on the bottom of your shoe. My will is no longer paralyzed. My will is alive. My will is active. My will is a creative force. My will breeds life. Have we cleared paralyzed will? Oh yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we did. Okay, what do we got going on here, Spirit? What else do we need to do today for this collective as it relates to releasing us from the energy of waiting? And then we'll check our numbers. I know I said that. I said we'll check our numbers and I didn't check our numbers. Okay, what are we doing here? What else? Potential dysfunction of spiritual consciousness. Here's the note. Can you see the note? It doesn't matter. I'm going to read it for you. No need for perfection, y'all. No need for perfection. I release myself now from any future potential dysfunction of my spiritual consciousness. I don't have to be perfect in order to move forward. I don't have to be perfect in order to create. I don't have to be perfect to demand to be treated right. Okay, I'm going to check my numbers now. Okay, so we were at like 70% of us just hanging out fully in that energy of waiting. And then I was like, oh, actually, we were like 100% in the energy of waiting. Now that I was looking at that in my mind, I was like, we were in the energy of it, but a lot of us were just like so heavy in this energy of waiting. Okay, and now where are we at with the energy of waiting? 30%. I think I asked that question kind of funny. So now we're only 30% in the energy of waiting. We want to get to 0% in the energy of waiting. So I'm seeing chart 24. Spirit, what do we got to do to get us to 0% in the energy of waiting, 0% in the commitment to waiting, the vows, the contracts, the agreements? Well, isn't that funny? I just said vows. Religious vows of all kinds. Abdication of power of choice. When we make religious vows, we abdicate our power of choice. Sorry, I'm getting excited. This really excites me. Yeah, I mean, what percent of our past lives are all in these religious stories? 60% of all of our past lives just in these religious stories of vowing to abdicate our power of choice, vowing to wait for someone to give us permission. well, I can't get a job because my husband says no, and I'm a good wife. No, my religion says I'm not allowed to do this and I'm not allowed to do that. So I'm abdicating my will. I'm abdicating my power and authority. I'll just wait. Releasing us now from any vow, contract, curse, or agreement in any lifetime, this or any lifetime, in any parallel, in any realm, in any universe where we have vowed to abdicate the power of our choice. Hidden and unhidden, perceived or grounded here in this reality, any vow. Rosie's gonna come lay down. She doesn't like these vows. I want you to say with me, I release myself from all vows, curses, contracts, and agreements I've ever made to religion, to giving my power away. Breathing that in, closing our eyes and imagining we are ripping up those contracts, ripping up those vows, ripping up those agreements, and releasing our attachment to them, releasing the identity we have built around the good religious person, the good godly person, the good obedient woman, the good obedient man, the good husband, the good wife, the good child. Releasing all of us now from these vows to abdicating our power. I refuse to abdicate my power ever again. Here, now, and always. And I release the potential future vows I would ever try to make again. Rewriting my soul's record, sending my soul on a new trajectory. Clearing all future potential of power abdication now. It is done, it is clear. Your soul does not need to have those vows, curses, contracts, agreements, or attachments anymore. All right, now what percent are we in the energy of waiting? Now what percent are we in the energy of waiting? Still 10, 15%. I should probably look to see if this is still like recording properly. I've just been sitting, y'all. I've just been sitting. We're gonna stand now. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. Chart 10B, what are we doing? Or hopefully you could hear me okay earlier. I get excited about some of these clearings. Can you tell? I get all amped up. Clearing the embryo. Clearing the place where this all started. Clearing the place where this all began, and then clearing our growth potential past it. Where on chart 3 are we now? Where on chart 3 is our highest growth potential? Where on chart 3 is our highest growth potential? Off the charts. Off the charts. Thank you, Spirit. Clearing anywhere along the entire path of our learning, along the entire path of our soul's expansion that we would get hung up at. Any slippery spots, any banana peels, any cracks in the pavement that would otherwise trip us up. We're clearing it all now, smoothing our soul's expansion to be able to move forward easily. Again, remember those electric shock paddles on your will. They're boosting you up, this chart, right? We're no longer hanging down in the energy of fear. We are in the energy of love, because that's really, to me, that's what matters here on chart 3. Down here is the energy of fear. Up here is the energy of love. And in between are learning lessons. Okay? We're saying, Spirit is not saying we can get you up here. We can get you up here. It's possible, okay? You are here. Believe that you are past fear and get yourself up into the energy of love. When you are just in the energy of love, you do not have to worry about waiting. Because everything, no matter what you try, will be imbued with your spirit, with your energy, and it will go well. It will go well. Okay. And even if it doesn't, at least you're doing your own thing, you know? You're doing your own thing, so who cares? Okay, this is the final chart before we end this here. We are looking at abandonment by God. What percent are we feeling we had been abandoned by God? 100%. We were waiting. We're stuck. We're waiting for God to come rescue us. God, you abandoned me, and I'm just going to wait around until you come save me. I'm going to wait until you show me the path. I'm going to wait until you come back and deliver me. Deliverance. Oh, gross. Sorry. I get excited. I'm done waiting for someone to deliver me. I'm done waiting for an authority figure to save me. I can save myself. I'm spicy today, y'all. I'm spicy today. Sorry. Okay, we're done. I'm done. I gotta be done. I got a client I gotta meet with. I'm done. Thank you all for being here. We're doing 100% of 100% of mop up, clearing anything that can be cleared without research. We're downloading our new energies of trust, of harmony. I think we're also getting some purpose. Oh, it's giving freedom. Trust, harmony, purpose, and freedom. Those are our new energies today. Find yourself now back here in this present moment, softening back into the right here and the right now, opening your eyes if they were closed, feeling your body. I like to give my hands a rub. I like to, move about and connect back in with the earth, feeling held and safe. Closing up my crown. I don't want it to be open all the time, but tapping into that third eye and saying, yes, show me, inspire me. I am willing to go. I am willing to move. I am done waiting. Okay, everybody. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Clearing with Kate.